Greetings from Jerusalem, Jane, up close and personal. I am sweating. I am rearranging things in my apartment, trying to, have your bomb shelter ready and cleaning a little bit, so I'm sweating. But something just popped up that I absolutely have to talk about. I am not going to apologize for the words that I'm going to use, what I'm going to say now. I have lived here for so long. I have gone through so much privately and collectively with this country, and what we are facing now. I'm going to call a spade for a spade, and I'm just going to speak my heart out. October 7, after all the things that we have already been through in this country, all the wars, the attacks, the thousands and thousands of rockets fired from the terrorists inside Gaza, when some of you don't know, but Gaza belongs to Israel. In 2005, all the Jewish people who were living in there was forcefully evicted, dragged out of Gaza. They even dug up the bones of the people who were buried there. And all Israelis were out, the military were out. In 2005, they had their Palestinian state. Hamas took over and they turned it into the biggest terrorist nest in the world. Instead of making a good life for themselves, they dug all the tunnels, they used all the cement and everything coming into Gaza for the civilian population. They built the tunnel network on the Gaza, on the mosque, on the schools, on every single UNRWA clinic and hospital. Hamas is directly below. Something that all of these organizations, UNRWA, the United Nations, all of them, they knew all about it. They were completely explicit in all of this. Then came October 7, and they breached into Israel and they carried out the worst massacre since the Second World War, since the Holocaust. I have covered this extensively. They burned babies, they killed whole families, they raped women in front of their children and husbands, they cut off their breasts, they mutilated their genitals. They also did that with the men, by the way. They burned people alive. They mass raped them. You know the horrors that they committed on October 7, and they were planning on breaching deeper and deeper into Israel to commit a massive genocide. 1,200 people they murdered that day. They dragged more than 250 hostages into Gaza, and we still have hostages being tortured and starved and beaten every single day inside Gaza. Where is the pressure from the rest of the world? So what happened the following day? Well, of course, Iran was the mothership of all of this evil. Iran is the head of the snake, and then they have the proxies. They have Hezbollah, they have the Houthis, and they have Hamas inside the Gaza Strip. So on October 8, Hamas had sent all of these rockets into Israel. Then Hezbollah got involved, and on a regularly daily basis for months and months and months, they sent massive barrages of rockets into Israel, sometimes between 100 and 200 rockets and drones into Israel from Hezbollah. So the reason why I'm just jumping online and doing this video now, because I just got the statistic up until today, what we have faced, what has been fired at us here in God's Holy Land. This statistic just came out. It's horrifying. So let me tell you, from Hezbollah, approximately 7,200 rockets has been fired from Hezbollah. 7,200. From Syria, approximately 45 fired at Israel. Hamas in Gaza, 10,000. Hamas has fired 10,000 at Israel since October 7. The Houthis, 55. And then lastly, from Iran, more than 500 drones and missiles has been fired. So this is what it says now: Sword of Iron, rockets and missiles fired at Israel. In total, approximately 28,000 missiles and rockets fired from Iran and its proxies in the Middle East. And of course, we have all the drones. 28,000 has been fired into the Holy Land, fired at God's Holy Land. And what does the world do? They're telling Israel to restrain. Was it Britain and France who held back weapon parts delivery to Israel when we are under attack from all of these countries, Iran and all of these proxies? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Do you have any idea what it's like to live in a country being attacked like that, on top of everything that happened before October 7, all of the horrific terror attacks, thousands of Jews being murdered in the most horrific terror attacks, the people living close to the Gaza border, they were running for cover again and again and again and again for thousands of rockets coming from Gaza. And now since October 7, 28,000 rockets and missiles has been fired into Israel. You tell me one country that would have put up with this. One country. Imagine sitting in Holland and this was firing at your country, or sitting in America, this was firing at your country. Sitting in Argentina, wherever you are, you would not have put up with this. You would have crushed these enemies. But instead, Israel is being blamed. Israel is being told to show restraint. And countries are withholding weapon delivery system to us. Israel didn't start any of this. Israel is not responsible for October 7. They had their Palestinian state in Gaza. And yet they attacked us because it's more important to murder Jews and it is for them to have a good life. And by the way, no, the civilian population in Gaza are not innocent. They supported Hamas massively in this attack. They helped and they abetted, many of them they helped and abetted in the October 7 attack. They also breached in to Israel and looted and committed horrendous crimes. They were cheering when hostages were paraded inside Gaza. Civilian families, including doctors, was holding hostages in Gaza, maybe even today. So you tell me, for crying out loud, what nation would put up with this? 28,000 rockets and missiles fired into Israel since October 7, 2023. And what about the hundreds of drones? It's unbelievable. So right now, Israel is doing what Israel needs to do in Iran. And because Israel has already done so much damage, and I keep saying it blows my mind what this nation has done. The intelligence, Shin Bet, Mossad, whatever their names is, what they have done, it's unbelievable what they did with Hezbollah in Lebanon. The pager, boom. The beavers, boom. Unbelievable. They took out Hezbollah. Hezbollah had 150,000 rockets, drones pointed at Israel. Hamas, thousands and thousands and thousands of rockets. And they were ready to attack us when Israel attacked Iran, but we took them out first. We took them out first. And by the way, we still have our boys, our brave boys, our warriors are still fighting Hamas inside the Gaza Strip. Only yesterday did they blow up a big tunnel because the Gaza Strip is the biggest terror nest in the world. There are tunnels everywhere. That's what the world should be focusing about. That's what the world should be condemning. Your money, your aid going into Gaza has been used to build the most sophisticated tunnel system in the world, taking power, taking electricities from all the hospitals, from all the schools, from UNRWA clinics. Do you think for a second there were any organization who could be operating in Gaza that's controlled by these modern day Nazis? If they are not, don't have the green light for them? Of course not. But they just choose to turn the blind eyes. So here we are. These statistics just came out. 28,000 rockets and missiles fired at God's Holy Land, the land of the Bible, the land that so many of us held dear and held precious. Because all of these savages want to eradicate the Jewish people. They want to finish the work that Hitler and the Nazis didn't. So it's the same evil, it's the same root of evil, it just has many faces. So it is extraordinary what the Israelis have done, the Israeli army that has, I mean, we are on high alert right now. Of course, our guys are bombing away inside Iran right now, something that the Prime Minister of Israel has been talking about for years and years and years. The day is going to come when this nation need to act, because otherwise there's going to be another Holocaust. Because when they get the A-bomb, they're going to fire one or two and this country is gone. And they were racing to do that. So we were at a critical hour. They were ready to fire many missiles towards Israel. So Israel did what Israel had to do. And by the way, thank you to the American administration and Donald Trump for getting involved, for giving us a push, for giving us help inside Iran. Truly, it was extraordinary, the secret mission that the American Air Force did. I would take my hat off for you. Thank you, you brave American US military, strong and mighty army. I salute you. I thank you for what you did. Thank you, Trump, for taking that decision. So like I said, it just came out, 28,000 rocket and missiles raining in over the Holy Land. While we have had to take cover again and again. Even today, massive there were several barrages of missiles flying in from Iran today, where the whole country had to seek shelter, had to seek cover. And as of this moment, 24 precious people have been killed, been murdered by Iran, including a family of 5 from Ukraine coming here to get cancer treatment for a 7-year-old girl. She was murdered by Iran, so were her 2 siblings and her parents. So for such a time as this, we will stand with Israel, we will speak up for Israel. This is the land of the Bible, this is God's holy land. When you touch Israel, you are touching the apple of God's eyes, and that will never change. But we keep prophesying and speaking over Israel. No weapon formed against you is going to prosper. No weapon formed against you is going to prosper. But until we cross this enemy, they continue to fire at us, and we continue to have to drop everything we have in our hands and run for cover and sit in our bomb shelters. But that's a price that's being paid in order for this country to have safety and freedom. And you better believe the people here are supporting what the army is doing right now in Iran. There is no choice, because otherwise they would have eradicated the Jewish people. So just let that sink in for just a second. What if it was your nation who had 28,000 rockets and missiles fired at you, and then all the drones? Do you think for a second you would accept any nation tell you to show restraint or even support your enemies? Are you serious right now? Of course not, you would not. But when you don't live it, it's so easy to criticize. It's so easy to tell another nation what to do. You're not the one who has to wake up in the middle of the night and grab your babies and toddlers and run for cover in the bomb shelters. We don't sleep here because we are sitting in our bomb shelters during the night and also during the day. But like I said, it's a price that's being paid in order for freedom to come to this nation, for security and safety to come, and for a new Middle East when the regime in Iran has been destroyed. Bye.